Hey, what's up guys? Matt here with Fix Anything Save Money. Today we're going to be showing you how to replace the pump on this Honda pressure washer. This is actually made by Simpson and it has a Honda engine on it. So this is going to be model MS60921. And this is the part that we're after right here. I'm going to cut to a clip of me testing this out. This is actually my brother's pressure washer, and he was saying it was leaking from the aluminum housing. And I went out and tested it just to make sure it wasn't a leak somewhere else, and he was right. It was leaking from like right here. So I'll cut to when I actually was testing it, and I'll show you where it was leaking. Okay guys, so we have it hooked up. We have water hooked up to it. It's not even on yet. And you can see where the water's coming out. It's coming out of this aluminum right here. So yeah, I didn't even have to start it. I just turned the hose on. So yep, we're definitely gonna have to replace this. Leaking. Okay guys, now that you saw where it was leaking, we're gonna show you how to actually go ahead and remove this. So this should be a pretty simple repair. I've never done this, but it doesn't look terribly complicated. It looks like we have 4 bolts right here. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 on the other side. So we have 4 bolts, and then we just have to disconnect some stuff. So right here we have, this is just the hose that's already disconnected. That's where the hose runs in. And then this right here is what we're actually gonna have to remove. This is the line for the actual gun. So we'll just remove this, get it out of the way, and you can see here it's just fitted in there, so we should just be able to pull this right out. It might be a little hard to pull out, so let's see. Okay, we have that pulled out. Now you just want to make sure all of your gaskets look good. Nothing looks chewed up or too bad. And yeah, you can see that it doesn't look terrible. We'll give it a clean real quick, just so that we're not putting it back in dirty. So okay, we have that disconnected. Now we're gonna go ahead and loosen these bolts. And I will warn you, this is gonna look super easy because I already loosened them, but they're pretty good. At least this one was. This is about, I think, 2 or 3 years old. So these did not come off very easily. So what you're gonna wanna do here, we'll come along to the other side, is get the longest 1/2 inch wrench that you have. Or if you wanna use some sort of cheater pipe or something, you're gonna want to have some leverage when you're removing these because they don't come off very easy. And you can't fit I tried fitting a socket in here to try to make it a little bit easier on myself. You can't fit a socket in there. It's almost too long. It won't go into the bolt. So you have to use a wrench here. So the 1/2 inch, the longest 1/2 inch you have, and the top ones are easier. These 2 right here are easier. Let me get down in here so you can see. But yeah, these top 2 are easier just because you have a little bit more room to play with. So you do it righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we're gonna be spinning this. If we're looking at it this direction, we're gonna be spinning this bolt counterclockwise. You can see, I hate when people make it look easy, but I didn't want to be struggling on camera, but I will say that they were hard to come off. So we'll loosen these. Okay. Now, for the bottom bolts, you want to use this closed end, just because it's easier, because this actual aluminum housing for the pump, that actually gets in the way if you're using the open-ended. So I would just fit it in there with the closed end. Get it in there the best you can. And again, I know I'm making it look easy, but it's not. So now we'll come over to this side. Hopefully the camera's not too wobbly and you guys aren't getting seasick. Again, we're going to be going up with the wrench, counterclockwise with the bolt. I like to, just out of habit, I like to loosen everything kind of evenly, and then definitely when I'm tightening everything back down, I like to tighten everything evenly, meaning like I'll maybe go halfway in with this bolt, halfway in here, and then on the other one. I don't tighten one down all the way. It's kind of like when you're changing the lug nuts on a car. You don't want to tighten one lug nut too far, or like the actual, it'll get like bound up. So you want to always, it's just good practice to always tighten your bolts down evenly so that you're not, you can see there's washers on here. So there's one, put it right there. And then once you break the seal, you can hand loosen them out easier. There's two, let's see if these are all the same size. Yep. So I like to even keep the bolts the same, so I'll know that one's the top, that one's the bottom. I mean, they're the same size, but I like to always put the same bolt back in the same hole. Okay, now we'll come over to this side. This needs to be loosened a little bit more. Okay, there's the top one right there. This needs to be loosened more too. Let me get this hose out of the way. See, there's a little tip. Take the gun out of the way. Okay. Okay, so now we should be able to take this right off. And again, I already took this off, just it was a little bit difficult. I had to put the camera down and put two hands on it just to loosen it, so you can see how it comes off. And then we have our new one right here. So yeah, I don't know if you could see the actual break in this aluminum. You really can't. It's almost like a pinhole where it was broken, but neither here nor there, it's broken. So, and you can see it's all one piece, so it's not even like you could, you know, just buy this piece or something, or this piece, whatever is broken. It's all one piece. I mean, I guess you could buy this top, but I mean, I don't even think they sell it like that. So I'll throw a link in the description on where you could buy this too. This came extremely well packaged. I bought it off Amazon. It's the OEM part, so it's, you know, it's exactly what was taken off of it is going back on it. So there's no aftermarket, you know, nonsense or anything like that. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description on where you could buy this if you're looking for one. So you can see here, the inside of this, you can see that notch right here. That's gonna go over this notch right here. So we'll line it up. You could twist this until it lines up with that, and then you just fit it in. And then you could, once you're fitted in, then you could turn this Okay, so now we're in. Now all we have to do is reinstall our bolts. And I like to always, just out of habit, tighten. I'll put the bottom one in first, and then I'll put the top one in on this side. And then that just kind of helps make sure that it's seated flush. There's no gasket that goes in between here and here, which I thought there might be, but there's no gasket. It's just metal on metal. Okay, that's seated correctly. You can tighten these by hand. We're tightening these clockwise or righty-tighty. Okay, then we'll do the bottom one. We'll come over to the other side of it. And you can see all we have left is this bottom bolt. And then we're hand tight. And then we'll actually tighten it. Now I'm not sure of the, if they even have, they probably don't even have, well, you could probably find it somewhere, the torque settings for these bolts. But based off of how tight they were going on, we're gonna snug them up pretty good. And this one doesn't want to go on by hand. There it goes. You just want to make sure you're not cross-threading any of your bolts. Okay. And then we'll tighten with the wrench. Then we'll tighten this. So we did this top one. Now we'll just come over here and we'll do this bottom one. Then we could do this top one. And this is good practice for any time you're putting a part back together. Okay, then we'll just come over here. Okay, so we got those pretty tight, but now we're just going to give them a good snug up. So we'll just tighten. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. There's that one. And there's that one. Okay, so now our bolts are on. Bolts are tight. So now you can see here, these come with little caps that you just take off. That's for the hose. That's for your line. And then we'll just do the same thing. Make sure this is clean before you put it back in. You don't want any debris in there. That's what causes leaks. So we'll just push that in. You have to give that a good push, and then it'll tighten the rest of the way when you screw this back on. Okay. So now we have that all set up and ready to go. We'll go outside and test it. Okay guys, so we have it hooked up and running. I actually just had it running. I had the engine on, but it was really loud, so I didn't want to film while the engine was running. But you can see we have the hose on, no leaks. It's running great actually. So yeah, I think it's fixed. If it was going to be leaking from anywhere, it'd probably be leaking from here. So everything looks dry. That's a good sign. Hey guys, so just a couple things I forgot to mention that I wanted to bring up. First one being, you can see right here on the pump, that fitting is for this hose. So the new pump will come with this clear hose, and that's, you pretty much put this, you fit this hose onto here, you just push it in, and then this other end of the hose has this little filter, and that's if you want to, if you're going to be pressure washing with any sort of detergent or solvent. So you would put that up there, hook this hose onto this nozzle, and then put this into whatever solvent container you're going to be using, and that'll add solvent to your water as you're pressure washing. The other thing is the pump did come with bolts, and so the bolts that it came with are hex key bolts, so it did come with an actual Allen key as well in the package. The only thing was, when I was looking at the bolts, I noticed one of them wasn't milled correctly. It wasn't punched all the way. You could see it like right there, so I wouldn't be able to get the hex key into that. So I used the original bolts, but they do come with bolts. They're not 10 millimeter. They're this hex key that you have to use, which they probably did because it's kind of tough to get in here, so they probably revamped things a little bit. But it's not terrible with a 1/2-inch wrench like I showed you guys. All right guys, that just about wraps up this video. If you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you want to check out some of my other videos or to show your appreciation, you could subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it definitely helps me out a ton. Helps me grow and helps me create more videos like this. So yeah guys, I'll include a link in the description on where you can get this, like I said, but also where you could buy this entire pressure washer if you're interested. And if you do have this and you have any questions on it, I have another video out on how to, that goes over everything about this, shows you all the settings, shows you how to start it. So if you want to check out the video on that, be sure to. And then I'm also going to be doing an electric pressure washer that I have. That's my personal pressure washer. So I will say I like this thing a lot more. It's just all around better. But yeah guys, if you enjoyed the video, just be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.